Hi everyone, welcome back to Wellness Wednesday. This week we're going to be talking about time management and organization tips. So the purpose of this video is for you to gain some organization strategies that will help you accomplish tasks and achieve your goals. So our first tip is to build good habits. So remember that big changes start small. We need to avoid stress triggers, possibly have a partner help you keep you on track. It could be a close friend, it could be a sibling, or even your parents. And always remember to reward yourself for making progress. It can be as small or even as big as it can be. Small as in turning in an assignment or even just being able to complete one homework assignment for that day. Always remember to treat yourself and reward yourself for that small accomplishment. And fun fact, for in order to build self-efficacy, it takes about 66 days of doing something to make it become an automatic habit. So that's one thing to note. Tip 2, you are in charge of your own success. So this is pretty simple, but can be hard to do. You have to be honest and realistic with yourself by being responsible for your successes, but also remembering that you are also the cause of your own failures. Not necessarily bad, but it's, we always learn from our mistakes and we learn from our failures and look back and ask ourselves, what did I do? What could be done differently? And what can I do better? How can I improve? So looking at your failures and you learn something from it. So being able to reflect on that and apply it so that way you don't fail again. Another thing is being able to use social emotional learning, organization, and mindful strategies that can help you keep yourself on track. So one good thing is being able to join my Mindfulness Mondays at 12:40 during office hours to learn a new mindful activity so that you can help yourself recenter and be present in the moment, and it'll help ease any stress or anxiety or nervousness that you're feeling at that moment. Tip 3, focus on how you learn best. So everyone learns differently and everyone has their own thing that works for them. So it's always good to start thinking about what works for you. So using this method, record everything that happens in your day. Analyze your day to find areas that where you waste more time and be able to change that. So make those changes that reflect your priorities. And being able to ask yourself, like, what are some ways that you learn best? Some ways can be that you work better in small groups. Some people work better independently. Some people work better when they have a full stomach and they're not hungry. Or some people could eat better just by being able to snack and do homework at the same time. Um, or some people learn better when they have the opportunities to be creative and being able to use art or writing or music to be able to express themselves instead of like speaking it. So just being able to figure out how you learn best and ask yourself what is working for you. Tip number 4 is to declutter your work area. Yes, we are all at home and we may have just a designated space on the kitchen table or maybe in your bedroom of where you do your work. So make sure that this space is somewhere where you're able to focus, stay on task, and being able to remove any potential stress or anxiety that'll add to your workflow. So as in the pictures here, which space would you feel like you could work better? Would it be A, where it looks like pretty messy, things are very disorganized, you can't really see a desk or a chair? Or would it be B, where you have a clean table with your desk and a chair and you're able to have your Chromebook on you and your notebook ready so you can take notes, and you're possibly facing a wall so that way you don't see anything that's going on in the room or you're distracted by siblings or your parents, anything like that. So making sure you have that space for you to learn. And if you have headphones, use a headphone so that way you can concentrate in what your teacher is saying. Tip number 5, set your priorities. So first thing is to use a daily to-do list that reflects your priorities for each day. I have my to-do list that I have here in my planner that tells me my to-do list, and it always feels really good to just like cross off when I already completed a task. So it can be in the morning or at the end of the day where you have your to-do list of possibly homework and prioritizing and remembering which one is important and which one you need to get done first. So that way you can cross it off and turn in your homework, study for that test, or anything that you need to do. So it's always good to remember why this priority is important and how it connects to your goals. So most of you have created your SMART goals and have an idea of what to prioritize in order to accomplish your goal. And just being able to adjust your schedule to reflect on these priorities and your goals. So just remember to keep calm and focus on your priorities. Tip number 6, use a daily schedule and planner. So schedules keep you on track so you don't get distracted. So having that same schedule and routine for Monday through Friday can help you stay focused and be able to accomplish those goals, mini goals that you have throughout the day. And using a planner can also help with your prioritizing and remembering certain things, such as what time class starts, the deadline for an assignment, or even when your homework is due. And it's also good for reflecting on obstacles and what happened each week so you can look back at progress. So looking back and it's like, oh, I didn't do this. What happened? It's like, oh, might have had a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment, so you weren't able to get that done. But it's always good to schedule that in your planner so that way you know how much time you have in order to do your work or do your studying. So it's always good to kind of have a planner, whether it's on paper or it's on a computer. That way you can look back and see what's working for you and what's not working for you. Tip number 7, remove potential obstacles. So this pretty much means that it's good to practice to remove any obstacles that could get in the way of your schedule or even like homework time. So for example, if you right after school you see your PlayStation or your Nintendo Switch and you get a text or a call from someone like, hey, hop on Fortnite, like let's play, or let's play some FIFA tonight, and let's say you're just playing on your video games, or you need to attack in your Clash of Clan, like those are obstacles that are in the way of you doing your homework. So instead of doing that and getting distracted, it's always good to do your homework, study, set a schedule for yourself, and then afterwards, when you complete all that, you can use that time later in the day to enjoy it, share your accomplishments, and be able to reward yourself with it, and be able to use that time to do the things that you like to do, and then you get ready for bed. Another example could be like if your best friend calls you in the middle of a Zoom meeting when you're in class, you can, instead of answering the phone and talking to them, you can send them a quick text saying, hey, I call you back later, like I'm in class, or I'll call you when I'm free. So it's always good to kind of remove those obstacles that are in your way of your learning. Tip number 8, be punctual. So always remember to be on time for class, and this will always decrease your stress level. And if you know class starts at 9 a.m., it's always good to wake up at 8 or even earlier so you can have like wake up, shower, you can have breakfast, you can set up your area to start logging on to class, get ready if you need to, and that way you're ready and prepared instead of waking up at 8:50 and class starts in 10 minutes and you need to eat, you need to brush your teeth, you need to change, you need to get your notebook, get your textbook, and it causes a lot of stress for you to log on time, and it's not something we would want you guys to do. We want you to be prepared and be ready to learn and be on time to your Zoom classes. So this also, if you're being punctual, you will have a better sense of the task at hand. So you'll, again, kind of like saying that you'll be ready and prepared to learn. And it's also respectful of other people's time. So remember, the golden rule is to treat people how you want to be treated. If your teacher is there at 9 a.m. ready to give the lesson, you need to respect their time of being available to you, and their time of creating the lesson that they have prepared to deliver to you. So if you want that, then you need to be able to, reciprocate it and be able to give them that respect, because I know that us teachers and those who care about you respect your time as well and would want to do the same thing for you. So being on time shows others that you are very serious about your success, especially during right now distance learning, your education. So always be on time. So lastly, just to review, would challenge you to reflect on some areas that you feel of organization and time management that you still need to develop. Maybe you have the good habits and being responsible of your own success and focus really good, and you're like super well with it. But you might need to work on removing those obstacles, being punctual, setting your priorities, and maybe even decluttering your area. So think about the 7 tips that I gave you guys today. I do challenge you to share with me which one you believe still needs more development. Until then, if you have any questions or need any help, please feel free to message me on Schoology or email me. And I will see you guys next Wednesday for a new Wellness Wednesday video. Bye.